Finally, this is a huge set, and coming back into the scene. Mars is back.
This is exciting. I'm curious to see how he'll do against Steve. I am curious to see how he'll feel in the matchup. This is one of the matchups that I think the Japanese players always said ZSS does really well into Steve. But I don't know. I don't know what they were talking about.
Oh yeah, Mars is already starting to just like, you know when Mars just locks in and he knows what he's doing every single time.
He just doesn't get hit. It feels like whenever he gets into that zone.
Well,
don't let him get into his zone.
Yeah, straight up just walked up and jabbed 3 times in a row. That might just set the tone for this set, but Just Blue is no slouch, has a ton of really good wins lately, especially against Light, but off the top, not quite there yet though.
Yeah, a lot of percentage needed to confirm that into a KO. I think Just Blue's game plan, for the most part, has to be to try to disrupt Mars's rhythm. Because the more that Mars gets into a rhythm, you can tell, you said it earlier, when he's playing really well, when he's flowing, it feels like the character is just constantly in motion. ZSS is like a mass of water rather than like a woman on the screen.
Sure.
And I think the more you can disrupt that rhythm, maybe force him into a little bit stranger patterns of movement, the better you'll feel. But Mars so far, not been disrupted even once in first stock at 32%. It's a pretty strong start for the former number 5 in the world and the Genesis champion.
And just absolutely all of the momentum going straight forward towards Mars right in here. And Just Blue has to find anything back, but Mars using jabs as he does in the way that he does is so unbelievably good at catching that smash out as well. Up to 81% already. Just Blue struggling to get out of the corner there, and Mars going deep. But going back to this ledge trap that is extremely hard to get out of.
Yeah, Just Blue not even allowed to breathe so far. Every time you even mine any resources, Mars is right over the top of your blocks. The flip kick does a really great job of getting around the 2-block structure that Just Blue is trying to create and that kind of pressure. But Mars using the speed of ZSS so effectively to not allow any sort of momentum for Just Blue. Finally, minecart with some redstone. We'll get the first stock, but with 102 of extra credit, that's still quite the mountain for you to climb.
Yeah, minecart, because it is strong, is a very valid option, especially when you're getting a little bit in those scramble situations. But Mars has just been going ledge to ledge right now. He gets the boosting out of the corner. It's not going to quite take it across the screen yet, but 132 right now on Just Blue. And again, just stuck in the corner, as Just Blue has been for most of this game.
Ooh, nice grab. I'm surprised that you could tell Mars is maybe going for something other than the jab continuation. Now up smash should be enough, and 29%, pretty much deja vu of the first stock. But now we're on last stock for Just Blue, so the pressure is just a little bit higher. And look at the amount of mats that Just Blue has right now. It's just like, it is a rock and a hard place, and then maybe even an even harder place for you to dig out of, and you have wooden tools, and it's like netherite or something.
Yeah, you really don't have too many options, especially because the ones that Steve likes to get are a lot of those irons. So that minecart out of the corner, that anvil on landing, doesn't really have too much right now, just a stone block back in the inventory. And even then, it looks like it's about to be taken away, and we don't keep those on.
Oh!
And a disgusting finisher. Mars catching a little bit of a drift back up onto stage with that down smash and getting a perfect little spike.
Oh man, I really missed watching Mars. I really did. There's something about the way that he plays. He's one of the. There was a Juanpi tweet recently about how a lot of newer gen kids don't care about looking cool when they play the game. Mars is like the epitome of looking cool when you play Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Not to glaze super hard, but there's a certain smoothness about his game that I think is incredibly hard to replicate. And when he is on, when he is playing really well, when he's in his flow state, as you mentioned earlier, there are few players in the world that are more entertaining to watch.
Yeah, Mars just uses everything that ZSS has in her kit to a fantastic advantage. And once again, I think a lot of it comes down to the ledge trapping. Mars just keeps people in the corner so consistently. A little bit behind in this game, but like, again, it's back on center stage, even while below in percent, just continuing going off boosting, but it's not going to take it at all either. But again, back in the corner once more.
Yeah, any stage position you can get there is pretty good, but wow, up smash barely clipping the edge of Mars's hurt box. That's a first stock for Just Blue, so the more we glaze Mars, the more Just Blue hears us and says, you know what, I want to be back into this game. Let's Let's relax a little bit. We're
Yeah,
still
says,
we're
new
still
era.
only 1-0. It's a best of 5. There's a lot of time for me to play the game as well. And Steve is a character that can absolutely blow you up. Minecart, up smash, forward smash with diamonds. A lot of these moves will just
Holy SDI.
rob your stock out of nowhere.
Yeah, there's a fine line between the pre-Steve era of Ultimate and then the post-Steve era of Ultimate.
It's a pretty thick line.
It's a pretty thick line, but Mars has covered it relatively well. Not falling behind too many Steves in this instance, but also playing a character that, in a meta of Kazuya Mishimas and Luigi's,
Yeah.
still persists on this extremely aggressive level.
Up
Couple of
throw.
extra pummels, but still not enough on that up throw.
Yeah, it's close. Just Blue. Steve a little heavier than you would expect a lot of the times. So he does get to live for quite a bit of time, but the up tilt sliding off the edge will finally be enough. 48% is not a ton of extra credit, and it's pretty easy for Mars to make that up if he just, goes flow state for about 30 seconds again.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about Mars as well is that almost super consistently, Mars just plays out of those little areas where you can burst forward and get a lot of damage with your combo starters, and then is able to use that space to effectively get his own. Because 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ooh!
I know in his head he was like, I want to spike this so bad.
Man.
But
You know what?
Didn't want to lose stock.
Credit to Just Blue for knowing it was coming, because if you don't know it's coming and you drift the wrong way just a little bit, Mars is taking that stock.
Looking for that air dodge in, but doesn't quite get it either. Just Blue back on the low materials, has to go mining through the strip mine.
Yeah, and this is where the game gets really hard for Just Blue, because without mats, without these resources,
There it is.
Mars just gets to do stuff like that. And you still have to take time to try to get your mats back, to try to get your stone, try to get out of these wooden tools, because making a 2-stock comeback with these tools is horrifically difficult.
Yeah, you haven't really seen anything come up from Steve that isn't wooden tools or stone tools at the moment. Iron is really getting limited, and I don't think I've seen a diamond in this game at all.
Yeah, I don't even think we saw one last game, which is pretty rare, to say the least. And it means that Just Blue has, once again, not had a chance to breathe, not had a chance to mine, and not had a chance to settle down into a rhythm at all. When Mars is, like you said earlier, Mars has incredible spacing, and that's 100% true. But the spacing has to be consistent for so long to not allow Steve to do anything. What an interaction as well. I've never seen anybody get buried on top of a Steve block. And finally a diamond in play for Just Blue, but it might be too little too late. 114 on the last stock, and you don't even have a crafting table down in order to get the tools out. It's not easy. It's very hard. Mount Everest to climb. Double jab.
You just have no more like true option to like be as like a burst to get out of here.
Ooh.
Finally getting up those diamond tools, and Mars is just chilling behind this entire and gets the up smash and the suicide afterwards as well.
He didn't even
Mars
get
is feeling himself.
He didn't even get to swing once. Like I feel kind of bad. You saw the diamonds come out, and it's just like, that's it. That's all you got.
So a lot of people typically go with the like, oh well, how did you die? How did you die to CSS up throw? According to my good friend Shard, shout out main, the frame you can do an up throw is 3 after the grab, so you can mess with DI instantly.
Interesting.
But Mars has done that to an absolute T so far, and here we are into game number 3.
Oh, that's a lot of
Mars with
damage.
that is a lot
Please
of
don't.
damage.
I was scared for a second. I was like, don't do it to him.
Yeah, and then we're back in the same situation again. Oh boy, the boost
Wow.
goes the wrong direction. Potentially a miss input, maybe just trying to catch the eye.
I think it was trying to catch the eye. It was well done defensively by Just Blue as well to pick the right option. That's very important. But it's still like 111% back air, and it is starting to look not close.
Yeah, and Just Blue again is still a player who has the potential to take games off of some of the best players in the world. A big light win very recently as well. So this is just a testament to Mars not only coming back to the Massachusetts scene, but also how good he is in comparison sometimes.
We're seeing some levels of play that are reminiscent of his Genesis run, I almost want to say. The perfect spacing, the swag. Like,
Ugh,
look at stuff like that.
that's
That is so
disgusting.
cool. He is just linking together hits. He's playing so freely and with so much confidence. And he's managing space on the stage impeccably well.
Couple of extra hits on Mars, but just not enough to take it yet. Still, back onto the ledge trap from Mars, and again, Just Blue is just struggling to get off it.
Chef's kiss, honestly, and I think that Mars's game plan into this set was phenomenal. He focused fully on, and I'm talking like it's over already, but it is almost an insurmountable lead for Just Blue. That's the start of an insurmountable comeback, but a lot more work to do. And Mars's spacing was perfect this set. Mars's timings on when he wanted to aggress over the mining that Just Blue was doing was perfectly timed. His punishes were great. His ledge trapping was great. Like, Just Blue has not been allowed to play the game for the entire set, it seems like.
Yeah, I think a good testament to show how well somebody's playing is how much they're able to get grabs. And Mars all day has just been grabbing everybody
With ZSS grab.
Ugh. And that is a dominant 3-0 from Mars, taking down Massachusetts PR, New England PR, Just Blue in 3 consecutive games.